So in previous class, we have learned about the functional units and the components that is there in the computer, like processor, input, output, memory, those things we have learned. Also, the major components that is required to perform different operations like MAR, MDR, PCIR. These are some of the components that is being used within the processor in order to perform the different operations. So what is the purpose of those things? We have learned in the previous class itself. So just we are going to refreshing back. We have learned that in the memory you will be having some instructions as well as data. So instructions will be used in order to perform any task, and that will be stored in the memory. So for example, if there is any instruction like one second, add A, R0, if this is the instruction, means this will be stored inside the memory in some address location. So here these A and R0, it indicates the operands, and add, it indicates the opcode or the operation that need to be performed. Okay, so first this instruction will be placed in the memory. So similar to this instruction, a sequence of instruction will be there that forms a program. So one by one instruction will be fetched from the memory. So if this instruction is being fetched from the memory, means it will be the address of this instruction will be first stored in this PC. Okay, so if you assume that if the address of this instruction is 1004, like that, some address is there, in that location this add A, R0, it is being placed. So PC will be having 1004, and this 1004 will be moved to the MAR register, memory address register, and control unit, what it does, it initiates a read control signal which helps in retrieving this instruction from the memory, and it will be placed in the MDR register. Once the instruction it is fetched from the memory, what it does, it will be placed in the instruction register, which will be having the current instruction that need to be executed. So after fetching this information, that is once this reading command everything is being done, this PC will be automatically incremented such that it will be pointing to the address of the next memory location. That means next instruction. Okay, that is after this add operation, what is the instruction that need to be fetched from the program that is stored in memory, that address will be updated in PC. Okay, so it may be like 1008, which means 4-byte instruction. Okay, related to that byte and everything you will be learning in the upcoming classes. So hence this PC gets updated after fetching each instruction from the memory. Okay, so instruction it is being fetched. Then after fetching this instruction, it decodes the instruction into the operation as well as the operand part. Okay, upon operation is like add, which informs the ALU that this add operation need to be performed, and then comes the operand part, which includes two values, that is A and R0. So from this itself, the processor understands that A is the memory location and R0 is the register that is within the processor. So first this memory location value need to be fetched from the memory. So for that purpose what it does, this A, it indicates it is a variable over here, isn't it? Which means it is pointing to some memory location, and that address will be copied to MAR. Okay, so this A operand value, A operand, it will be having some address. So that address will be copied to MAR. A's address will be copied to MAR. Again, the control unit will be initiating a read control signal, which helps to retrieve the data that is being stored in memory, which will be placed in MDR. Okay, so some value, if for example if the value is 5, means that 5 will be stored in this MDR, so that next operation it can be performed by the ALU. Okay, so ALU later what it does, it performs the arithmetic operation of this content that is being stored in MDR and the register R0. So in between, one more step that is being done is the data from this MDR, it is a temporary storage. So the value that is stored in MDR will be copied to or moved to another register that is called as accumulator. One more is there, accumulator, AC, accumulator. Okay, accumulator will be storing the values from the MDR. Okay, so with this accumulator value, the ALU does the operation. So add will be like from the accumulator, the value will be taken and the R0 register value will be taken, performs the add operation by the ALU. So that add control signal, everything will be initiated by the control unit. Okay, so this diagram, it mainly deals with how the connection is being done by the different components of the computer and how the signals can be passed from one to the other in order to perform the operation. So for that purpose, we will be having 2 cycles. Okay, first cycle is fetch cycle and the second one is execution cycle. Okay, execution cycle. So starting with the first fetch cycle, it says that programs will be residing in the memory. Everyone knows that program, any program before execution, it will be stored in the memory. And those programs will be entered via the input devices. Okay, so PC will be pointing. What is its PC? Program counter. It will be having an address of the first instruction or next instruction to be executed. When a program starts its execution, PC will be having the address of the first instruction. Later in the execution process, it will be updated with the next instruction address. Okay. The contents of PC are transferred to the MAR and sent over the system bus to the memory unit. A read signal is sent to the memory by the control unit. What all things I have said, it is being mentioned in this slide. The instruction is fetched and loaded into the MDR after duration of the memory access time. That is the time incurred in order to fetch the instruction from the memory after initiating the read signal. The contents of MDR, it is transferred to the instruction register where the instruction is decoded and is being executed. Then the next cycle is execution cycle, in which it will be what decoding operation is being done. That is operation code and operand part, it is being decoded. And then it scans the operand part and understands whether it is the R0 or general purpose registers or the memory to be fetched. or data to be fetched from the memory. So first is it gets, during this execution cycle, it gets operands for ALU. From where? From the general purpose register or from the memory. So in order to get the value from the memory, first you need to place the address to the MAR and read from memory, which means that control unit will initiate the read control signal and data will be loaded to the MDR from the memory and then will be given to the ALU. That is, this is the execution cycle. First, in order, it will be getting the operands. So if it is making use of registers, means memory, it won't relate to the memory. Directly from the register, ALU will perform the operation. So if the data need to be fetched from the memory, then these steps need to be performed. Like copy the address to MAR, read from memory, place the data to MDR from the memory, and then give the control to the ALU, or give the data to the ALU. Then perform the operation that is being given in the opcode field. Then store the result back to the general purpose register or to the memory. If it is frequently used, means the result can be stored to the general purpose register. If it need to be stored to the memory, means again these steps will be initiated, like address to the MAR, result to MDR, and then write to the memory. Okay. So address to MAR, and then what is the value that need to be returned to the memory? It will be placed in the MDR, and control signal, it will be initiating a write signal. Then during the execution, PC will be incremented to point to the next instruction. PC will be updated by 4. Okay, once the instruction is being fetched and it is given for when it switches to the execution cycle, PC's value automatically it gets incremented. So in addition to transferring data between memory and processor, computer accepts data from the input devices and sends data to the output devices. Instruction to handle I/O transfers, I/O address register, I/O data register, etc. is being used. Okay, so here in this previous slide, we have seen I/O AR and I/O BR, which means that I/O address register and I/O data registers or buffer register. What is the purpose of that? In order to accept the data from input devices and send those data to the output devices, it makes use of those registers. Similarly, some registers will be placed inside the I/O devices also. So here we can see an example like load, add and store. Just it is a sample example. It is not the correct instruction form. It's just a sample example. Okay. So memory, inside memory, load 940. So for this load, a numeric value 1 is used, and for add, a numeric value 5 is used. For store, a numeric value 2 is used. Okay, so this is the instruction that is being stored in memory. So in its that is in binary format, the instruction is being stored, and each instruction, it will be having some addresses also, 300, 301, 302. This is just for understanding purpose. Okay, so step 1 is like you will need to place the first instruction address. So first instruction address, it is placed in 300. It will be placed in PC. Then PC automatically it will be incremented to the next instruction to be executed. So in step 2, what happens? PC will be updated with 300.